Leah's Lament, a veil of tears, an emerging irony. This story is about Rachel, the object of Jacob's passion, and her sister Leah, who occupied a space somewhere near the basement of Jacob's heart. The story is about Jacob's desire and longing for children with his beloved Rachel, and the irony that God's divine plan placed Leah rather than Rachel in the lineage of the one who would become Savior of the world. The story opens with Leah, the woman who wasn't chosen, and her sister Rachel, whom Jacob deeply loved. The story highlights Jacob entering into a 7-year agreement to marry Rachel, and his uncle Laban deceiving him into marrying Rachel's sister Leah. After his wedding ceremony, Jacob went into the marriage tent expecting to find his wife Rachel waiting for him, but when he awakened the next morning, he discovered that it was Leah, not Rachel. He didn't know that his uncle Laban had placed a veil over Leah's face and secretively put her inside of the tent. This deception seemed to have sealed an unrequited and loveless reaction towards Leah from that time forward. His stoic and indifference towards Leah were so troubling to the Lord that the Lord became strategically involved. For the Bible states, when the Lord saw that Leah was unloved, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren. Leah's actions and the names she gave her children revealed her desire for Jacob's affection. She named her first 3 sons, Reuben, Simeon, and Levi, hoping to win his heart through motherhood. Each name reflected her desire for Jacob's love, or at least his attention. Upon the birth of Reuben, Leah said, "Surely my husband will love me now." These names reveal her emotional pain at not being loved by her husband. One major and obvious element in the story was that Jacob loved Rachel more than Leah. While he remained married to Leah, his emotional preference was clearly for Rachel, causing Leah significant pain and feelings of rejection. However, despite this hardship, Leah eventually found solace and strength in God, turning her focus from Jacob's love to praise and gratitude towards the Lord. This shift is clearly identified by the naming of her 4th son, Judah, which means praise. This act of praise, despite her circumstances, paved the way for the lineage of the Messiah through Judah, highlighting God's redemptive power even in the midst of a challenging situation. Leah's life as Jacob's unloved wife, with his affection focused on her younger sister Rachel, was likely filled with sorrow and a yearning for validation. Each day, the realization that she was not the wife Jacob desired may have led to feelings of inadequacy, rejection, and low self-esteem. Jacob's tender moments with Rachel and the preference shown toward her likely intensified her feelings of being unseen and unappreciated. Despite this pain, Leah persevered. She found purpose and comfort in fulfilling her duties as a wife and mother, bearing Jacob several children. She initially sought Jacob's affection through her children, naming them to reflect her hopes and desires. However, over time, a shift occurred. With the birth of Judah, her 4th son, she named him with a focus on praising God, realizing her worth and acceptance weren't solely dependent on Jacob's love. This shift allowed Leah to find strength and contentment in her relationship with God. While the sting of Jacob's preference for Rachel might have remained, Leah discovered a deeper love and acceptance that transcended her earthly struggles, finding her true value in the eyes of God. Her journey serves as a reminder that despite life's disappointments and the pain of unrequited love, strength and joy can be found in a relationship with God. But there is an irony that emerges from this story. The fact that Leah, the unloved wife, bore Judah, who became the ancestor of King David and ultimately of Jesus Christ, the Messiah. This reveals a fascinating twist of fate and divine intervention. It demonstrates that God's plan often unfolds in unexpected ways, utilizing even the less favored individuals to achieve his greater purposes. Despite Jacob's preferences, God used Leah's lineage to bring forth the future King of Israel and the Savior of the world. This contrast highlights the difference between human perspectives and God's wisdom. While Jacob prioritized his romantic love for Rachel, God chose Leah for a significant role in the lineage of the Messiah. This emphasizes that God's ways are not always aligned with human expectations, and that seemingly insignificant and overlooked individuals can play pivotal roles in God's grand scheme of redemption. Leah's story becomes a powerful testament to God's ability to work through imperfect circumstances and to elevate the humble to positions of immense importance in the unfolding story of salvation. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video and you gained insights into Leah's unrequited love and irony surrounding the birth of her fourth son, Judah, do me a huge favor. Please click the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, but goes far in encouraging me to provide more videos like this.